For anyone looking forward to Bleach Rebirth of Souls, we just got a massive reveal. One of the best characters, Ginryusei Yamamoto, just got his character trailer, and I'm here to break it down. But before I get into that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, be sure to never miss a video of mine. I do videos on anime games like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and Bleach Rebirth of Souls. But with that said, I'm your boy Kaizen, and let's get straight into it. So in the opening sequence, we see a little description with Yamamoto in the background, and it says, "Head captain who stands above all other Soul Reapers. His most powerful flame, Zanpakuto, is capable of burning down everything." And then they reveal the first mechanic, and it seems like he's another gauge character like Toshiro, and his one is called Inferno Gauge / Hellfire State. And of course, no surprise why he's called that. I mean, if you've watched the show, you know how he works. And I'll just read out the description to you and then I'll break it down. So, the Inferno Gauge will accumulate by activating Flash Attack and Signature Move, etc. Inferno Gauge will decrease when Quick Attack lands on the opponent. The more Inferno Gauge accumulates, the more power will increase, and when the gauge reaches to the maximum, it changes into Hellfire State. During the Hellfire State, the power will be enhanced, but the Reishi will decrease automatically. So I'll just break that down. It's pretty simple, but obviously the description is a little long. Essentially, that gauge will fill up the more you use attacks like Flash Attack and Signature Move and all that. And obviously the more full it gets, the stronger it gets, you know, your attacks that use the gauge. But when it hits the maximum, then he reaches a Hellfire State, which is when everything's powered up. His other attacks are changed, which we're going to get into as well. There is a little weird wording where it says Inferno Gauge will decrease when Quick Attack lands the opponent. I'm guessing that's saying when you use Quick Attack with him on the opponent, it also decreases the gauge. So I guess you gotta decide if it's worth it or not to decrease the gauge and not reach Hellfire State. And of course, once you're in Hellfire State, it will just, you know, deplete over time. Next, we go into Spiritual Pressure move number 1, and that's Shiranui, and the description goes as follows. Attack by releasing the flame forward. Yamamoto will be in the Hellfire State when activated. That's very interesting. The damage will increase after activating with long press down input. So as you can see in the visuals, really this is just him releasing flames. But what I find really interesting is it says that once you use this attack, he automatically goes into Hellfire State. So I'm thinking, can't you just spam this whenever you want to just go into that Hellfire State and make everything else stronger? That sounds almost like overpowered, but I mean, I'm here for it. And the longer you hold it down, the stronger it gets. That makes sense. I'm guessing the attack lasts for longer too. Then we go on to Spiritual Pressure move number 2, Taimatsu / Nadigiri. I guess it depends on what state you're in. And I'll read the description first. The technique will be changed depending on whether Yamamoto is in the Hellfire State or not. Taimatsu, which is the normal state, it activates a low power attack. So I guess you gotta decide if it's worth using it, knowing that the power is weaker. The Inferno Gauge will not accumulate for a certain period of time after activation. So once you use that attack, even in low power, the gauge won't fill up for it doesn't say how long, but for a little while. Then it's the Hellfire State, or Nadigiri. Release a very powerful slash covered with massive flames. The Hellfire State will be removed after activating. So I guess this will be a perfect final attack if you know it's worth letting go of the Hellfire State to use this attack. And I'm guessing the range is increased as well as the power because of all the flames. But I guess you gotta calculate, like, is this worth it? If it will finish your opponent, then I guess it is worth it. Then we go on to the Awakening. Yamamoto's performance will be enhanced by increasing the power output of Shikai Ryujin Jaka by the increase of Reishi and the increase of damage. Shikai Ryujin Jaka, sorry, that's a tongue twister. Ryujin Jaka makes Yamamoto possible to cover his low agility and unleash his overwhelming power. So I guess the movement is limited, but the power is just immense when you're in this mode. And if you've seen the anime, you know how it goes. He just releases a bunch of flames. Essentially, the flames get stronger. And you can see in the visuals how it looks, all the different pillars of flames as he's powering up and just destroying Ichigo. Every slash has flames coming out of them. Yeah, his movement looks limited, but he looks overpowered. And then it ends with a little image, and it reads as follows. Yamamoto Genryusei Squad 1, characterized by overwhelmingly high damage that will burn everything with its immense firepower. So he's just all about high power and I guess low agility, although it doesn't say that here. And by the way, in case you missed it, the game does come out on the 21st of March. Oh, and by the way, it looks like we have different variants of his outfit. Like there's the one with the cloak, and I think they showed him shirtless too. But yeah, that's about everything there is to break down about this trailer. Let me know if I missed any details, because I noticed that in some of these character trailers, they add in little details that they don't go into like detail over, like almost like ways to use the mechanics. I guess we gotta wait for like extended gameplay like we got for Yoruichi and some of the other characters. But yeah, feel free to comment that down below, and comment whatever you think about this character and the game in general down below. I'm trying to get another video done on this about my theory about if we'll get 1000-year blood war and Fullbringer arc in the game. We'll see about that. Also, I'm sorry for my lack of uploads. I've been busy with studies, but I'm trying to upload consistently, at least for this winter during the Christmas holidays. But with that said, I've been your boy Kaizen. Like, subscribe, check out my videos on screen now, follow my socials, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.